All right, everyone. Welcome to the Crawford Family Doghouse. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and pass it along. It's for a really good cause. And don't forget to spay and neuter. It's more important than we think. So this morning, well, actually, I thought about it last night as well. But this morning, when I stand around and I watch these babies play, like get into like a big huddle, all of them get together and stuff. I sit there and I think about, man, these babies were in our woods. Like these are babies that that were out there on their own, and it really it brings a lot of different emotions, man, when I start looking at them and thinking about stuff like this. And rescuing them is only half the battle. Holding people accountable is really what I want to aim to do. That's what I'm thriving to do, is hold these people accountable. So I started investing in the cameras and stuff like that so I can start watching certain places where this is happening. And it's stuff like this that I can't believe that, as our county or a state, that we wouldn't want to step up and maybe try to make a difference and do something about this, because I am just one person trying to do this stuff. And like I say, I aim to hold people accountable. So I've been investing in trail cameras, the cellular ones and stuff like that, and putting them up and, really trying to do this. And with Charlie, I'm working on his story too. I got to follow up with the shelter with him and see what we can't do there. But, and it's like when I talk to our county supervisor out here, Mr. Russell, it comes to a point where, we're trying to bring awareness, but I don't believe you can bring any more awareness than what's already aware of out here. So we're really barking up the wrong tree when it comes to awareness, because we don't need to bring any more awareness to it, because when I talk to the people out here, they're very aware of what goes on. So we need to start figuring out how we can make people care more to want to help this problem that we have. But how do you make people care enough to want to make a change? Because this has gone on for a long time out here and nothing's ever come of it. It's something that people just deal with. And like I say, we're tired of dealing with it, and we want to make a change. We know there's people here that do care, but I just don't think there's enough people here that care. But like I was saying, when I spoke to our county supervisor, Mr. Russell, he just told me, I spoke to him a couple times. The first time was, simple, nothing I can do about it. Second time, maybe I struck a nerve with him, because he told me that he doesn't see how this is a county's problem. People dumping dogs isn't a county problem. But I bet you if you go to Picayune, Mississippi, where our county originally starts in Pearl River, you don't see what you see out here. And it goes with a lot of different things too. As far as that dumping tar stuff, we got a stop sign at the end of our road where they have dumped tar around the stop sign. I think they were trying to do like weed control or something with the tar, which is crazy, because I know you can't go to Picayune and find that anywhere in that town. So for them to do it out here where we're at, that's why I consider we're the trash can of Pearl River County. And prove me wrong on that. Anybody that can prove me wrong, I would appreciate. I would eat my words if I could be proved wrong on this. So, and like I say, that doesn't just go for doing with the tar and stuff like that. That's these babies and everything else. So, but yeah, I believe I struck a nerve with Mr. Russell when I told him what I told him about what we're doing and what we've got so far as our YouTube channel and our Facebook page and stuff like that. So yeah, and like I say, man, you just can't, I don't believe it's people's problem till it hits their doorstep. So, and that's what we need to figure out how to do. How do we make enough people care in our area? Because I know we've got people around the world that care enough to watch our videos and, and join our team and help us, speak up about this stuff, because we are just two people trying to do this, and it's tough. It is really tough. Buster, why are you harassing that baby? Here, give me this baby. You're harassing him enough. Look at this face. Look at that little face. That is a baby. And look at you. Yeah, you're a baby. But you're growing. You're growing big, bro. Is he bugging you? Look at that baby. Yeah, he's bugging you. Okay. Back to the topic. Yeah, so we're at a point where we know awareness isn't what we need to be pushing. We need to be pushing caring. We got to push caring, man. Like, how do we make people care enough? And that's where my problem lies. How do you make someone care? Because you can't, I don't believe you can, unless it falls on their doorstep. Then that's when somebody really cares. And yeah, that's what had me baffled. You know, and I'm going to start making some videos showing you guys what our routine is here, because these babies are kind of set on a schedule now where, 10 o'clock before we lay down, they do their last little breaks. They do their little potty breaks and stretching. And then for 1 o'clock, we get back out. We do potty breaks and stretching, and then back out again at 4 o'clock. And then after that one is at 7 o'clock when we start feeding. So I'm going to start showing you guys these, our little routines and what we go through dealing with 24 dogs the way that we do. Because like I say, we're not a shelter. We're just two simple folks that have a heart, and we can't stand to see this stuff no more. And we're trying to do what we can do is all we're doing, So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little heads up that, I've been speaking out to people, trying to tell them what's going on. But like I say, I can't speak to the right people that care. That's my problem. I can't find the right people that care. Or it maybe not even that. It's like I can't find the right person to care that could help us make a difference in this, So yeah, that's where we lie. And like, as far as like, we got the puppies, we've got 8. I call them all babies, but we've got some babies, the puppies, and we've got the Goldie twins. I still need to make their video and let you guys see their story on what their story is and what happened to them and how they came to be in our possession. And they're going to be up for rehoming. And as far as the 2 babies, Darla's babies, we're going to rehome Darla's babies. And we need to rehome the 3 new babies, so in August as well. So we've got 8 of the babies that we're trying to rehome. And, we really don't want to rehome, anywhere close to us, because we just don't. And if we did rehome anywhere close to us, I think there'd be a lot stricter stipulations to it. Like, I think that we would have to do like checkups. It's sad to say, but we would want to check up on these babies, man, because it's too often that we see what we see out here. Because look at this guy. This is a perfect example. This is someone who came from a shelter, and I believe he was probably found on the streets, went to a shelter, only to be put back on the streets a few years later. And that is something that we do not want to happen to any of our babies out here. And if it can happen to him, it can happen to any one of these babies out here. So, and like I say, I'm working on justice for Charlie. This is going to be a video I'm working on as well. So, why are you harassing that baby again? Darla, help your baby. But yeah, if it can happen to him, and he's chipped and everything, it can happen to any one of these babies. So that's why I say our rehoming around here in Mississippi will be very few, if any, but there will be some very strict stipulations that go along with it, because we do not want to see any one of our babies back on the street. It's bad enough what happens to them, and then they have to go relive that stuff, So, but yeah, I'm going to start working on some pictures and videos for these babies to get rehomed and see what we can do about it, because we really need to make room here at the house. But the older ones that we have, like Buster, he won't go nowhere. I'm not worried about rehoming him. And any of the bigger ones like Charlie, Darla, and Alfalfa, they're in their forever home. They're not going nowhere. But for us to keep on doing what we got to do, we have to start rehoming, because this is only getting tougher the more we bring in. Because you know, when you're doing it on your own, it's exactly that. You're doing it on your own, and we can only do so much. And like I say, we've been having, and it's shout out to Southern Pines, man. They're amazing. Southern Pines, without Southern Pines, man, we probably couldn't afford to do a lot of the things that we do out here. So real big shout out to them. And another one, man, you guys want to get a chip for your dog, 24 Pet Watch. That's the way to go. They really care, and they're awesome people to talk to, and you know. So with that being said, I'm going to get off here. I got a few things I need to do. So hey, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and pass it along, and don't forget to spay and neuter. It's more important than we think. All right, y'all. Thank you.